I am a great sports lover. I love especially team sports. What about you? Do you enjoy watching sports? When I was growing up, I played every kind of sport. Is anything that had a ball, I was into it. But in team sports, everyone has a role to play. And if you watch enough team sports, you will see any of the following possible scenarios. Sometimes you'll see that there is one player who stands out from the rest and he performs like a superstar. You may get the opposite. You may find that sometimes there's one weak link in a team who causes the whole team to lose. And sometimes you'll find that in sport there's a bunch of average players who are able to play so well together that they outperform the opposition, who may have a bunch of stars or even some superstars. So working together is incredibly important in team sports. If I take rugby, a game that I played when I was smaller, one that I watch a lot, every player in the team has a function. And there are, for example, two props who hold up the scrum. They're right at the front when the teams come together and they bash together. Now, if one is weak and one is strong, what happens is the scrum always goes down on that one side. And the opposition will sense the weakness, and what they will do is they will exploit it. And the entire scrum collapses, resulting penalties against the team that has the weak player. What on earth is this got to do with my topic? My topic today is, can two God-fearing believers be unequally yoked? Well, the Bible do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness, and what communion has light with darkness? And I set before them. And so God says, when a believer gets together with an unbeliever, they are being unequally yoked, and you must avoid that scenario. Amos says in 3:3, Amos 3:3 says this: do two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? There is something in marriage, or really for all believers. Ephesians chapter 4:2-3 says, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Colossians 3:14 says, and over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Let me have a little quick diversion here. Where there is unity, he commands a blessing. Unity is a very... Ephesians 5:21 says, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. There's often a emphasis, wives, submit to your husband. Now that's scriptural, but you can't just take one verse. Men love in that Ephesians chapter 5. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church. And one more verse, perhaps 1 Peter 3:7. I'm reading from the New Heart English Bible. Says, you husbands, in like manner, live with your wives according to knowledge, giving honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, as being also joint heirs of the grace of life, that your God would draw you back to him. Remember, it's great to be radical. We should all be more radical. I really believe that. We should be more radical. But in your radicalness, if love is not at the forefront, then it's of the flesh and it's of the devil. It's a harsh thing to say, but God's gives us one commandment. He says, love one another. And Satan rises things up in our heart to be stubborn and obstinate about Scripture. No, 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 no. That is not God's way. So, may the Lord bless you, man. Hit that subscribe button. I hope you'll check out another video. Maybe hits the notifications bell so that you can be notified when there's another video. And I hope to see you back again soon. May the Lord bless you, and hope to see you very soon on the other side.